It is shocking. It's one of the most shocking things I found in the book. The palace tried to suppress all stories about Andrew and Jeffrey. Time and time again, she would give Andrew a new appointment when he was in the news on Epstein. She just had a complete blind.
Tonight, we're diving into a story that just won't fade away. Every time the palace attempts to move beyond Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's enduring influence, something fresh pulls it back into the spotlight. This week, the unveiling of never-before-seen photos from Jeffrey Epstein's private island has thrust the former Duke of York right back into the heart of an international controversy.
Tonight we're getting an inside look at some of the rooms in Jeffrey Epstein's notorious home on a private Caribbean island where underage girls and young women were trafficked and sexually abused. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee released these photos as well as videos they say have not been made public before.
These photos were made public by the United States House Oversight Committee, and the collection shows rooms, hallways, storage areas, and personal belongings from the Caribbean retreat that Andrew admitted visiting during his 2019 Newsnight interview. The exact circumstances of what occurred with Andrew on the island remain contested. Andrew has denied any misconduct, yet the release of these images has reignited serious questions that the palace has never fully managed to suppress. In this video, we're breaking down what was revealed, what it means for Andrew's already shaky reputation within the royal family, and how it ties into some of the more recent claims about his conduct. One particularly shocking allegation linked to Andrew's time on the island came from Virginia Giuffre's testimony, which appeared in court documents spanning multiple years.
It was a wicked time in my life. It was a really scary time in my life. I had just been abused by a member of a royal family. I didn't know what could happen. And I couldn't comprehend how in the highest levels of the government and powerful people were allowing this to happen, not only allowing it to happen, but participating in it.
She claimed that Andrew participated in what she described as a group encounter involving herself and 8 other young women. According to her, they were Russian girls brought in by Epstein. The allegation has been cited in court filings, depositions, and interviews stretching back more than 10 years. Andrew has denied it every single time. The claim first surfaced when documents were unsealed during earlier civil cases connected to Epstein. It reappeared when additional filings were made public in 2019. It was covered in U.S. media, British tabloids, and cited in investigative books. The allegation became one of the main reasons Andrew agreed to do the Newsnight interview, now widely regarded as the biggest PR disaster in modern royal history. During the interview, Emily Maitlis directly questioned him about whether he had ever been involved in group encounters of any kind. Andrew denied all the accusations, yet his explanations left many viewers puzzled. He insisted he was never in the locations Virginia mentioned at the time she described. He also repeated his now infamous remark that he was not someone who hugged and had no memory of ever meeting her. For many watching at home, his denial sparked almost as many questions as they resolved.
One of Epstein's accusers, Virginia Roberts, has made allegations against you. She says she met you in 2001. She says she dined with you, danced with you at Tramp nightclub in London. She went on to have sex with you in a house in Belgravia belonging to Ghislaine Maxwell, your friend. Your response?
I have no recollection of ever meeting this lady. None whatsoever.
You don't remember meeting her?
No.
What brings the allegation back into the spotlight in 2025 is the release of the new photographs. None of the images show people, and none depict any misconduct, yet they reignite every story connected to that property, with the 9-girl claim being one of the most shocking ever associated with Andrew. To understand why it resonates so strongly, consider how unusual the allegation was. This wasn't a claim of a single inappropriate encounter. It suggested a large group gathering that allegedly took place on a private island, far from public scrutiny, involving young women brought in from overseas. Putting all of that together highlights the central issue. One of the most serious allegations ever made about Andrew occurred at a location he admitted visiting. He denies the claim and continues to do so, yet the accusation persists every time new evidence from the island surfaces. The first batch of photographs revealed rooms that looked abandoned, empty dental equipment, masks, linen stacked in corners, and a blackboard with faint chalk writing, including references to power, deception, truth, and time. In the words of Robert Garcia, The photos are intended to provide transparency and help reconstruct the full picture of Epstein's world. There was also an image of a dried-out steam room with towels stacked beside personal care items. Observers noted that this appeared to be part of the living quarters where guests, including Andrew, may have stayed.
The exterior of the compound and around the pool area, but also inside the house, there are images of what appear to be bedrooms, bathrooms and living areas. And remember, this is the property visited by several very well-known people associated with Jeffrey Epstein, and also the property where many of his accusers say that they were forced to perform sexual acts for Jeffrey Epstein's friends and contacts. So, if there is to be any further legal action taken over this, these pictures will probably be an important bit of evidence.
The timing of these images is incredibly damaging for Andrew. Just as discussions were reportedly ongoing about his staffing demands for his new, smaller property on the Sandringham estate, this story drops into the news cycle. Once again, he is associated not with public service, but with scandal. Privately, some insiders have said that Andrew's actions caused deep hurt to the Queen during her later years. One former courtier was quoted last year saying his judgment was catastrophic, and this week's release has only reinforced that perspective. Andrew's refusal to cooperate with investigators adds yet another problem. His spokesperson has not provided a public explanation, but to many it appears he does not want to be questioned under oath. Whether that's fair or not, perception is what matters, and for the royal family, perception is everything. The release of these images will not be the final development. In fact, the United States Justice Department has less than 3 weeks to release federal files on Epstein, although they can withhold anything related to active investigations or personal privacy. Even so, many observers believe more material concerning Andrew could surface, directly or indirectly. And that is the core issue for him. He is not in control. He cannot choose which documents are made public, he cannot decide what witnesses will say, and he certainly cannot dictate how the press reports it. For the royal family, this means one thing: the Andrew chapter continues to cast a dark shadow. Even though the palace strives to present a unified, forward-looking image, reminders of the past keep drawing attention back to the one figure they wish would quietly disappear. His current position is the result of choices made over many years. Choices about friendships, choices about travel, choices about who he spent time with and why. And each time new material emerges, those choices are scrutinized again. So the question tonight is straightforward. Do you believe Andrew deserves to be in the spotlight over these allegations? Did he deserve to be stripped of his titles and lose Royal Lodge? More importantly, do you think there's more to come in the Andrew Epstein saga? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you want updates as this story continues to unfold, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching.